Now guys, I don't even know how to defend this because, alright, so as I look at this list, I'm starting to get more and more concerned for myself. I need to talk about these guys. These guys are hated on so heavily just because I want to be with him. Hello lovely pink bunnies, happy Valentine's Day. Now this is actually one of my favorite holidays ever, and I feel like it's super underrated. A lot of people don't like it because they're sour and upset that they don't have someone to celebrate it with, but people are not realizing they can open the floodgates to their fictional Valentines as well. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun to not rank my past fictional crushes based on how hot I think they are or something. No. I want to rank them based on how healthy of a marriage we would have. This video is obviously just for fun. Please don't take anything I say too seriously with this. So, let me introduce you to the tiers. Happy, healthy marriage. Obviously, this means that we would work really well. We have a lot in common. Second tier is maybe not married, but very happy. So, like, we might not get married for whatever reason. Maybe we're not, like, forever, but while we're together, we're really gonna love each other. Lust, these are for characters that I simply just don't think we would really get along marriage-wise or partnership-wise. I just want to get going, if you know what I mean. Not the healthiest, but I can fix them. So this is people that I think we're gonna get into a few arguments. We might not have everything in common. There might be a couple of red flags, but I can fix him! And then this is too weird. This can also be the tier for characters that I don't know if we're gonna get along. It's not the most toxic, but I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe there's something that's too complicated. And then toxic AF. So this is obviously the worst of the worst. Too many red flags. So now that you know the tiers, let's get it! So we're starting off with a very niche character here. This is Avalon from a video game called Start Stable. I've been playing this game since I was little, and I actually started YouTube playing this video game. During, I think it was 2022, I was super hyper fixated on Start Stable, but specifically Avalon. I would wear a hood every single day because I wanted to look like him. I think he's really sweet. He loves gardening. He's very timid. He's a homebody type guy, which I am as well. I think we have more things in common than not. The only problem about him is that I don't know if I could handle my brother-in-law being Evergrey. I hate this man. He always is coughing in my face, and he's loud, and he's annoying, and he's rude, and I just do not like his vibe. So I'm gonna say maybe not married, but very happy, because I just don't know if I could get past the Evergrey part. Next up is one that I don't really think I talk about a lot with anybody, but I did have a very raging crush on Bruno from Encanto when it first came out, and I just recently rewatched it with my sister's wonderful experience. I wouldn't say that the crush got reignited that time necessarily, but I could still definitely see why I loved him. He's just such a pookie, and he's definitely still my favorite character besides Dolores. He's pretty much Avalon, like he's the same type of guy. He's very shy, he is very insecure, he has a lot of past trauma that he's trying to work through, and that's something you're gonna see a lot on this tier list. I am attracted to people who have had horrible childhoods, I guess. Yeah, we're getting married. Next up is Cassandra from Tangled the series.
It's about time I helped myself, don't you think?
Now, back in the day, I didn't realize that I was pansexual, so I thought my liking for her was just like an average, oh, I love this character, but no! This woman is so fine. She was fine before she was a villain, and then they had to go and make her a villain, which made her even more fine. And I just found out people didn't actually enjoy her villain era. They thought like it was badly written or something, which, I mean, to be fair, I haven't rewatched it in a while, and once I plan to, maybe I'll feel differently, but as I remember it going, it's kind of like a Vox, if you will, situation where it's like, you are so deeply upset with your own childhood trauma, and you're just taking it out on everybody else and making it everybody else's fault, when really, you just have to come to terms with it, and be mad at the people who are actually responsible for it, but that's just my interpretation, okay? Don't sue me. We could make it work in the end, so I'm gonna say not the healthiest, but I can fix them, because I genuinely think that after we get past all of the hurdles, it would be okay. Next up is one that's just funny. We have Cedric, the OG fine shite. I do think that, I don't know if this would work out. I don't want to say it's toxic, because Cedric does have a very soft spot, and I think there are things that we could do to negotiate, but so I'm gonna put him here. I don't know, the situation just feels too complicated for me. Next up is Creek from Trolls, which is a very hated character.
No!
Well, excuse me, sir, I'm trying to explain why I like him. Okay, stop throwing tomato! Look, I understand why you don't like him, he's made to be a jerk, but like, that's literally the point of why I enjoy him. I like that he's a prick, I like that he's a villain. I'm a big accent lady, and I think his color palette is gorgeous. Like, even if you hate him, you have to admit his colors are gorgeous. But I just think that me and Creek don't really have much in common, and I don't know if I would be able to trust him because of how often he lies and manipulates people. Like, he's really good at being manipulative, which is obviously a huge red flag, so I'm gonna have to say it's probably toxic. Alright, next up is Doll from Murder Drones. Again, a character with a very sad past and a very traumatic life. Doll, she's just so beautiful. I actually made a Murder Drones OC named Aphrodite that's in love with her. How well would it work out? I mean, I feel like maybe I'm biased just because I have an OC that's with her, but I could see a happy marriage between us. I don't know if that's like crazy to say.
I don't know. I don't really have a good reason. I just really want to get married to dolls.
Alright, so as I look at this list, I'm starting to get more and more concerned for myself. Next up, we have both of the Inas. I decided to include both of them because although I do think Dream Barbecue Ina is hotter than the series one, I still have had a crush on both of them at some point. This is hard because we haven't really seen Ina interact like romantically with somebody, but the way she flirts with Coral is definitely something to keep in mind, and her relationship in the series with Mooney, these are two different Ennas by the way, I forgot to mention that, they are two different people. Her relationship with Mooney is so sweet and supportive, like she literally went through all of this trouble just to give Mooney a gift to say that
I'm the gift.
and I kind of low-key ship them for that reason. So, although we don't really have much to back this up, I think that this could be a very healthy, happy marriage between the Inas. Next up is Gangle. Now this one, I'm not even saying this because I'm biased. I genuinely think we would have a really healthy marriage. I did not expect to have a crush on Gangle when I started rewatching Digital Circus, but she's just so cute and so sweet. I love that she loves art like I do. We could like share our drawings. She's a fandom girly, and I just think me and her are just so similar, and we see her relationship with Zubul, and it's so sweet.
Oh!
It's you. Okay, let's get into it. So this is Girahim from Legend of Zelda. First of all, this man's a sword. He's literally a sword. And not just any sword. He is also the sword to the god of death, as you know it. The man that reincarnates 1,000,000 times every timeline to... So that's a red flag, right? And I also think he may or may not be gay. Come on, guys. I don't know about that. And he also invades Link's personal privacy a lot, and that's why I personally think the ship between him and Link is because it's like, he's invading his privacy, okay? And, you know, it's just, me and him didn't really end off on great terms, you know? Anyways, so obviously this would be super toxic, because he's literally made to kill people. We're moving on. Alright, next up is a much healthier one. This is Helia from Winx Club. Now, Helia I have liked since day one. I remember watching Winx Club at some point when I was really little, and as soon as he was introduced, I was in love with him because he checks off a lot of boxes on my personal type list. He has dark hair, long hair, he's poetic, and he's artistic, and he's shy, and he's so majestic, so beautiful. Now, I have a huge bone to pick with Genio Strophy because not only in the last few seasons did he turn Helia into this weird, misogynistic guy, but he also had the nerve of completely removing Helia in the new reboot, which maybe one day I'll make a video about because I think everybody has, but I kind of want to join in on the fun. They removed and replaced Helia with this guy named Damien, which is Bloom's brother. He replaced Helia, an Asian man, for another white character that's related to the main character. So not only is Bloom getting more favoritism, but also we have a bit of color removed from our cast, which I think is absolutely
disgusting.
Please do not watch this if you haven't finished Death Note. I highly recommend watching Death Note. Why does every character I love die? I'm so confused and I'm so upset by this. This always happens to me. Anyways, so as much as we all love L, I mean, he takes off a lot of stuff on my type list, and I think all L Sims have that one photo saved to their camera roll. You know the one. But I do think we don't really talk about the red flags that there are regarding him. There's not many, but there are a few. First of all, how he treated Misa in that one episode was really
Weird and chilling.
I didn't really like that. I feel like we need to talk about that more. And I also think that he's the type of guy to put his job before his partner, which it's always good to be driven, but I will never really enjoy people who think their job is more important than their partner. Your partner should always come first. Of course, both things are important, but
I don't know. That's a person and your job is a job.
I think we're gonna put him in... I think we're gonna put him in Lust. So next up is Marcy, which was actually my gay awakening. I was really sick one day and I was watching Amphibia, because Amphibia is one of my comfort shows, and I just sat there and realized I have a crush on Marcy. I'm gay.
And me and her low-key like grew up together, which is so cute. I love it, which is why I'm being responsible and using the adult version of her, which people should really take notes.
So yeah, me and Marcy are gonna grow up happily together. I'm surprised I haven't made an OC to ship myself with her at some point. These are hear me outs, okay? These guys are hear me outs. First of all, Security Breach, underrated, overhated masterpiece, first of all.
Y'all need to stop hating on this game. It is so fun.
Now, Moon, genuinely just Lust, okay? I just like his design a lot. I love his voice. I find his voice attractive. Don't come for me!
Naughty boy.
But Sun, on the other hand, hear me out. If this man was a human, though, he has bells on his outfit to lead kids who are blind around. He's very good with kids. He is so energetic and happy and kind. He's so comforting. Like, if you were sick or if you were upset, if you were on your period, this man would have everything covered. He would take care of you. He would cuddle you. This man's a walking green flag, okay? All right, next up is Nikki Roth from Hello Neighbor. Some of you guys will probably remember this era on my channel. I don't know if they've shown him as an adult in the show yet. I really need to catch up on it because that was a really great show and I love Hello Neighbor. I'm a Hello Neighbor defender. I really like his vibe when he's an adult. I don't know what it is. He like has a long nose like Cedric.
So I guess I like long noses. I don't know.
So we're just gonna put him there. I think that's a fair place. All right, next up is my first ever official strong crush that I've had. I've had plenty of fictional crushes before this, but they were never like this.
They've never seen a fictional crush stronger than this one.
And again, if you're a really old viewer on the channel, you will remember my Yu obsessed era. Now, Yu is a character that actually has two split personalities, which I realized I like a lot. Ina has two different personalities, Sun and Moon are two different personalities, Jackson and Holt are completely different personalities, and here we are, Yu and Yukito. Now, I didn't include Yukito on this list because he is just way too in love with Toya. I do think by extension Yu is as well, possibly, but he doesn't have as many romantic scenes between Toya as Yukito. So, Yu, fine shite. I still get, like, literally getting the photo for him made me so giggly, remembering, like, all of these photos and scenes of him. He's just so pretty. Like, he's just a pretty guy. But like I said, I do think he's probably gay, and it would be really complicated with Yukito. And I know we're trying to imagine this without him, without, like, Toya existing in the picture, but his character revolves so much around Toya, I feel like I can't do that. Alright, next up is Valentine, which is another gay man. I also wanted to use this as an excuse to talk about how horribly homophobic a lot of the Monster High fandom can be. Mostly on TikTok I've seen this. Oh my god, it's awful. People will try to make excuses and say like, well, in the movie he was with all these girls, so he's not gay. But people don't understand internalized homophobia, which is something I really, like, I hyperfixate on that topic a lot. So I get it, but other people probably won't get it. But yeah, he has internalized homophobia. He basically got with girls to try to force himself to be straight. Valentine, I think it's too complicated. Next up is a Birdman. Now, I actually don't really fall for anthropomorphic characters very often, just because I feel like I see too much of the animal to fall for them. So Tiba, first of all, you gotta know the Sean Chiplock effect. I love all of his characters. I usually have crushes on his characters. Yeah, Tiba, you know, he has a whole family, and it's just kind of like you, where even if I try to imagine him without his family, I can't really, because that's just a huge part of his character. Tulin wouldn't exist, and that would be a really big deal because Tulin ends up being really important in Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm gonna say... too complicated. Oh god, we're on to another horrible one. I don't even know why I added him, I just wanted to torture myself, I guess. Slappy from Goosebumps. Now guys, I don't even know how to defend this because like, there's no way to imagine him as a human because like, that's the whole point of his character, that he's a puppet. And he's evil, he's very evil. We've seen canonically how he treats his wives, there's Bride of the Living Dummy. And yeah, there's no other way to put it. He's literally a puppet and he's evil. Alright, next up is Sidon from Breath of the Wild. Now this one, on the contrary to Tiba, I feel like he's way less animal than he is human. Like his whole body is completely human. It's just that he has some fish-like elements. He is so supportive. I would have said before it wouldn't work because he's gay, but now we have confirmation he's probably like bi or something because he likes Yona, but there's no way him and Link didn't have something for each other. Gay. If we try to remove Link and Yona from the picture, as hard as that might be, I think this would be a very happy marriage. Next up is Lucifer! So Lucifer is my current crush that I have, okay? I'm not scared to say it because there's no way to hide it. I think a big reason as to why I love Lucifer so much is because when I was a kid, I had a huge crush on Varian, which is also voiced by Jeremy Jordan. I think, you know, it's just so beautiful and full circle how I was like, as a kid, I liked Varian, and then I grew up and liked Lucifer. Now, obviously, with season 3 not being out yet, we can't 100% say how his marriage with Lilith worked out, which can probably deter this guy away from the top tier a little bit because I don't know if their marriage was super healthy. Like, he could have been the one that was toxic in the relationship.
I know Dada, and he would never do something like that.
You can't make me hate Lucifer. I'm gonna make it work, okay? Next up is one I really did not expect to have a crush on. When I watched Death Note, I fully expected to only like L, but apparently I've also fallen for Mello. So at first I didn't like Mello. I thought he was annoying and I hated that he like basically replaced L for a very long time. But there's just something about the way he eats that chocolate. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because he was raised in the same place as L, so he reminds me a lot of L. That's probably a big part of it. Yeah! We're just gonna put them at the same length. Next up is Milton Moss from Trolls. Now, obviously, he does have a canon partner named Smidge. However, I do think that we can put her aside. But anyway, Milton would actually be one of the healthiest marriages, in my opinion, because he is a vet, so he loves animals. That's something I really, really look for in people. I do not trust people who don't like animals. And he's just so kind. Like, he's just such a green flag. He's so nice. He's so caring, he's so considerate, like, I just love him, okay? Alright, next up is Min from Butterfly Soup, and I actually have a plush of Min. I love Min so much. Butterfly Soup is the thing that actually helps me come to terms with my sexuality. I've never related to a character more than Dia, and I promise you guys, I am gonna do a gameplay of the game very soon. However, there is like a problem that I do think there's a couple of red flags with Min, and although Dia can put those aside, I don't think I could. Like, I imagine if I brought Min home to my parents would not accept Min at all. It's not like toxic for us as a relationship. I think it's more toxic in the sense that we wouldn't be allowed to be together, if that makes sense. Next up is Mystery from K-Pop Demon Hunters. These guys are hated on so heavily in the fandom. I don't understand why. Mystery is literally the whole reason I wanted to watch the movie. I had no care for it until I saw Mystery, and then it ended up being one of my favorite movies of all time. This movie is very overhated. I don't really understand why everybody jumped on this hate train all of a sudden. I thought it was one of the best kids movies we've gotten in a very long time. I'm gonna say maybe not married, but very happy, because I feel like both of them, you know, we could definitely make it work, but I don't think we would have like a long relationship for the rest of our lives. Check out, I have a mouse of Rivali. That's how much I love him. Rivali! So Rivali is a very complex character. I love complex characters, as you can see.
You are now watching my mini defense of Rivali. Now, first things first, I know what you're gonna say. Well, he's so mean to Link. Yes, he is, and I don't defend that. What he said to Link was very, very rude. However, this does come from something. This stems from something, okay? This man is insecure, and he blasts that onto Link, because this little guy that's way shorter than him, way younger than him, comes in here with the sword that seals the darkness, the holding sword that seals the darkness, and he's sitting here looking all perfect, and Rivali has worked so hard to be perfect for his village, so hard, and he just never feels good enough, because that is what perfectionism does to you. You are perfect in the ways that you can be, but no one can ever be perfect. but he thinks that he can. He's trying to be the best he can be for his village, and he's putting all of this pressure on himself, projecting his insecurities onto everyone else, and that is something that Rivali needs to fix with him himself. So, if we had a relationship, not only would we bond over the fact we're both perfectionists, but I also think that we would bond over me trying to help him become a better person, or a better bird, if you will. I think that in the end, Rivali is a good guy.
I'm gonna say not the healthiest, but I can fix him, because I do think we're gonna disagree, we're gonna have a lot of arguments, but in the end, I think we can get through it. I think we can. Alright, next up is Romper from Trollstopia. I have a curse of liking background characters that show up for one episode. This guy literally shows up for one episode and never shows up again, which is really unfortunate because his design is fire! Look at this! I love this design. He is a very rock-hard guy. He's got like the typical rock troll personality. I love his voice, I love his outfit, I love his style. His style is what makes me have a crush on him, really. Although we don't know much, I think it would be a good relationship, but since we don't know too much, I don't want to put him in top tier just because I want to be with him. So, we'll just say lust for now. Alright, next up is Piers from Pokemon. I've had a lot of Pokemon crushes. I forgot to include a really important one, so let's get that real quick. Oh yeah, there he is.
Haven't I always told you? I don't do encores.
He can sing, which is really attractive to me. His style is very attractive to me. He looks kind of like he's dying, and that's just something I'm really attracted to. I guess he looks a lot like Elle. His personality's a lot like Elle. I feel like we're probably at the same level as Elle. I'll just put it in lust because I'm not 100% sure. I would like to imagine we could get married and be happy, but I feel like that's too self-indulgent, so we're just gonna put him in lust. But I love Piers. He's like one of the coolest characters I've ever seen. I love him. I inspire everything I do after Piers. And while we're at it, let's rank James. Nothing could ever make me hate you, James. He's flamboyant. He is not afraid to dress feminine, which I really love. I feel like that's very attractive. As someone who's pansexual, I'm very attracted to like people who can be kind of gender fluid. I don't know if we'll be married, but I definitely think we would be very happy. Sorry to interrupt, Past Bunny, but I gotta refilm these last two rankings because I was kind of tired. You know, I've been filming all morning. I was ready to get it over with. I need to put a lot of care and I don't know, attention into how I rank these two, and I feel like the explanations I gave for them were not good at all. So this end part here is going to be a very, very hear me out type of situation, especially for this first one that we're just going to get out of the way. I wasn't initially going to add him into this list, but I feel like it's important too because he is someone that I still find attractive currently. So this is Vox from Has Been Hotel. On the contrary to Lucifer, where I believe Lucifer can do no wrong and I will defend him to the ends of the earth, Vox, I cannot defend nor condone anything that he does. I think he's attractive and I think he's charming, and part of that is probably from Christian Borle's incredible performance as him as well. But he is complicit and enables a lot of Valentino's behaviors, and what he did to Angel was disturbing, so yeah. I think some Vox Sims can definitely put that aside and even say they enjoy that. As for me, my morals will always be more important than my attraction towards somebody. So yes, even though he's fictional, fiction does really reflect on reality, and I just, you know, I feel like I need to clarify, although I do think Vox is attractive, that doesn't mean I condone or defend him in any way. So yeah, and obviously if we were in a relationship, it would be super toxic. The only one this man cares about is Alistair. He will never get over Alistair, ever. We see it with him and Valentino's on and off situationship, where he just cares so much about Alistair. He's probably imagining it's Alistair whenever anything goes down. Like, if he's kissing somebody, he's not like thinking about me, he's thinking about Alistair, okay? And obviously there's a lot of other reasons as to why it would be toxic, so yeah, it's just toxic. But yeah, so hopefully I explained that as well as I could. Now for the last one on this list, we are talking about Henry Creel from Stranger Things. Now first things first, I just have to brag for a second, I'm seeing Jamie next month. I'm meeting the Jamie. I love Jamie so much. He's such a sweetheart, he's such an amazing guy. Certainly one of the only celebrities that I've ever fawned over, and I love him and I can't wait to meet him. He has inspired me a lot. Anyways, so a lot of people started falling in love with Henry this season, mostly just because they find him hot, which obviously I agree on that. However, I liked him since season 4, and as soon as I saw him, I knew he was Pookie. Me and my mom are obsessed with Henry. We call him our Victorian child. And, you know, Henry, beyond just him being hot, because trust me, I've seen all the edits, I've collected them all, I have like 5 different folders for each of them. I also think that he's very sweet, cute, adorable, and also obviously a very broken, abused child, which as you've seen from this video, I'm attracted to. I just love people who I guess have had traumatic lives. I don't know what that's about. Anyways, he was literally abused and neglected as a child his whole life. His parents were moving around a lot. Low-key, I relate to that so much. He didn't really fit in. He had a lot of traumatic things happen as a kid. He got shot in the hand, which is terrifying, and then he was sent to asylums because his parents didn't accept him for who he was. And then we also find out in the first shadow, which I think is coming to Netflix, I'm so excited, we see how he reacts to having a loved one, and he actually, you know, he's the type of lover that he'll hate the whole world, but always put all of the energy and love into his partner. And we see that with Patty, his partner, in the first shadow, and it's just so pretty, so beautiful. And yes, I'm even gonna say on a bold statement here, even as Vecna, I believe that if we were in love, he would do anything for me, and he would, okay, I know it sounds delusional, but like, hear me out though, like, if Patty was there, and I really kind of wish they used Patty in the season finale, I feel like that would have been great, or series finale, not even season. I feel like that would have been so cool if, like, I know people say that they don't want him to be redeemed, and I don't think redeeming is the correct word, but I would just love if Patty came in somehow and got involved, and, like, he was reminded of the life he had before he was Vecna, and, like, that's when he stood down and allowed Joyce to chop his head off. Like, wouldn't that be so much more amazing if, like, Patty somehow came in and got involved and was like, Henry, I know you're still in there. The Mind Flayer is controlling you. Like, instead of Will finding that out, Patty could have found that out with Will, and then that's when he decides, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this Mind Flayer. You can kill me, and then that would just make it more emotional, wouldn't it? I know, this is just my delusional fan fiction. Anyway, all of this to say, I get so off track when I talk about Henry. I love this man, and I honestly delusionally think that if we were in love, he would devote everything to me and hate everybody else. Kind of like with Min. However, I feel like somehow it would be better than Min and me's relationship. I don't know, okay? Just thank you guys so much for watching, and happy Valentine's Day! I love you guys so much. Please be sure to take care of yourself. Eat, sleep, and drink as much as you possibly can. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!
I know that I'm more than you bargained for. I'm not some story's hero. Won't give up and give them a good excuse to write me off like a weirdo. Show the ones who doubt me that I'm not the loser that they thought. Got nothing left to lose, just gotta prove that I'm good enough. I'll fight till 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 I'm good enough.